Welcome to another episode of Wild Things in Wild Places. Want to talk today about Mule Deer Days 2025. This, of course, is the third annual Mule Deer Days, and we knew going into this that it was going to take potentially up to 5 years for us to really get this dialed in. And I think even then, the challenge is to always continue to raise the bar and to change the event, to keep it exciting, to keep folks wanting to make it the marquee or staple event to attend in Wyoming, but beyond Wyoming, really. And its impetus, if we can go back, if you're not familiar, this started with a conversation that Joey Fagel and I had with then Wyoming Game and Fish Director Brian Nesbick. We had met with Brian in Casper to talk about establishing a statewide but ultimately regional event that was specific to mule deer. And that really was how Mule Deer Days was born. And of course, with that, certainly the partnership with Wyoming Game and Fish, that is front and center on this, and we are glad to be able to partner with our state agency. It's obvious mule deer need all the help they can get, but there's also a lot of celebration that should be done and is being done for mule deer. Efforts that are being taken on by many, and this is an opportunity to be able to showcase that. So what is Mule Deer Days in a whole? Yes, there's a banquet. In fact, there's 2 this year. Yes, there are games and prizes and raffles. But Mule Deer Days is beyond that. It's a 3-day event, again, March 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. That is a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Show starts at noon on Friday. Doors will be open at the Sweetwater County Events Complex from noon until 6 on Friday, 9 until 6 on Saturday, and then its final day, 9 until 2 on Sunday. It's the first time we've had a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event, as you may recall. Last year was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it took place in early May. So we're back to March. We found that time frame seemed to be better, seemed to work for others. A lot less competition with outdoor activities as weather gets nice as we get closer to late spring. March 21st, 22nd, and 23rd are the dates that we've landed on. And let's talk about the specifics. So the show is free, and I'm referencing the vendor show at the events complex. We have a full lineup of vendors, and vendors of Mule Deer Days are not just suppliers of sporting or hunting products or those from that industry. They are pillars of conservation, symbolizing the heart of our event. And that's really what I would like to try to impress upon you with Mule Deer Days, the vendor show. Mule Deer Days aims not just to amplify wildlife and hunting, but conservation is certainly front and center, but also to show how every business, big or small, plays an essential role in making a change. And so the vendors that we have aligned with this year for Mule Deer Days 3, there are many. And there are many that have been here before, and there are many that have not been here before. And my best source for at least lead you to look at this further would be to go to the website that is exclusive to this event, and that is muledeerdays.org. Of course, you can find information at muleyfanatic.org, but if you're looking for stuff specific to Mule Deer Days, again, that website is muledeerdays.org. So yes, the vendor show is free. All of these vendors are not only representing businesses and organizations that are associated with the conservation of mule deer and our recreational opportunities that are afforded to us through hunting, but also just their support of our wild things and wild places, quite frankly. And again, that show is free to the public. Within that show, Wyoming Game and Fish, again, the partner on this event, they'll be actually hosting quite a few things. They'll be hosting not only many kids activities through the Inspire a Kid initiative, but they'll also be hosting information stuff, including the planner, their new website that Wyoming Game and Fish has finally been able to launch. That was years in the making. And kudos to everyone involved. I know that was a heavy lift, but boy, it's been a great product. And I think anybody who's been on the new Wyoming Game and Fish website can attest that it is clean and it is easy to navigate. And much kudos to them and the effort that took on to be able to bring that to fruition. In addition, the Poach Coach will be back. We're excited about that. And when you talk conservation, as you've heard us say many times, you can't talk conservation without talking youth. And youth are front and center at this event, certainly with the Inspire a Kid initiative activities, but also there will be some great giveaways again. I can't thank our sponsor enough on this. It has been here from the beginning on this, but there will be 4 licenses that will be given away that include lifetime conservation licenses, also small game and bird licenses. Kids may not recognize the value of winning these, but parents certainly do, as these inevitably just go up every few years just with inflation and just the cost of doing business. And those are being brought to you by North American Evergreen. We do appreciate them. There will be 4 firearms that'll be given away as well. And these are free raffles for children. Mom and dad have to register, and then they'll be notified on Sunday when the drawings take place. In addition to that, if you were there last year, you've seen there was also many other giveaways just geared towards our youth. And so we're excited about that as well. There will be the 200 gun raffle. That is always something that has been a part of Mule Deer Days and has been something that has been well participated with from not just those that attend, but we start that raffle online so people can participate whether they are able to attend Mule Deer Days in person or not. And those drawings will take place on Sunday as well. There are just so many activities within Mule Deer Days, and I haven't even got to the dinners yet, but I do want to talk about one more specifically, and that is the life member only gathering that'll be taking place on Saturday. We've got a very great and very special guest speaker for that event. Brian Stevens will be coming in, an author, just a true ambassador for the hunting community. He'll be flying in from Dallas. He'll be the guest speaker at that event. And like the previous 2 Mule Deer Day life member only events, there will be a giveaway. And again, a giveaway that you can't buy a ticket for, but you do have to be present to win. And that is just our nod and recognition to those that have made the ultimate financial pledge in their membership and their willingness to support MFF and truly become ambassadors for the mission and carry it forward. So got a great giveaway. I'm not going to give a whole lot of information about on that. I'd like to encourage you, if you're a life member, if you can put that on your docket. That'll be Saturday, March 22nd, and that will be taking place in the small hall, which in the previous years, that's where the game and fish activities, we've actually moved them into the indoor facility, the large hall, which they'll be right when you come through the door, which is great. We're excited about that. But the life membership gathering will be Saturday from 1 o'clock until 2 o'clock. And again, you have to be present to win. Because it is in the small hall, we have a little over 700 life members now. There will be a limitation on how many we're allowed to be able to get into the room just because of the code with the fire marshal at the events complex. But I think that number is 220. Don't know that we'll have 220 life members there. We've had over 100 at the previous 2 events, but this year it'd be great to see 220 life members. Put that on the calendar, the life member only event. I think Brian's talk that he's going to give, I think will light a fire in everybody and resonate with all that hear it. It's a great message, and we're excited about it. And we're very grateful for Brian to be able to make the time to make this happen and come to this event. In the small hall, though, there will also be another first of its kind, and that will be the Friday evening dinner. Now, that one is called Kuyu Deer Camp. Of course, Kuyu, the sponsor on that. I would say, quite frankly, this is a must-attend event. We're excited with the partnership of Kuyu. They've been a partner of ours from the onset. They established at the same time that Muley Fanatic Foundation was getting its feet on the ground as well, and we've been aligned with them ever since, and it's a great partnership, and we're very excited for Kuyu to be a part of this. But this is different than what we've had in the past. There's no live auction or silent auction a part of this event. There is a lot of games and activities, but you're encouraged to wear camo, or hunter orange or hunter pink, whatever may suit you best. But there's a reason you would want to do that. So keep that in mind. Tickets are available. The doors will open at 7 o'clock on Friday. Again, the vendor shows that closes at 6. You can get those tickets online as well at muledeerdays.org. But again, limited to 220 seats. And I know that we're well over half of those already sold. There's an opportunity to buy tables. You can buy a VIP table. There's limited to 3. I believe 2 of those have already sold. So if you're interested in one of those, get on the website, muledeerdays.org. Look at what all the table offerings include. There are 3 different table offerings: the VIP table, the typical table, and the non-typical table. And then there are individual tickets as well. But yeah, this will be a must-attend event. We're excited about it. It's new. Again, our opportunity to raise the bar or be able to offer up something new. So yeah, keep that one in mind. And then Saturday night, we did this last year at the Holiday Inn, and it was very well received. A lot of great feedback. In fact, a lot of people asked, can you do that again? And I think for those that hadn't been there before, once they figured it out, they were like, this was a great time. And so, yeah, with a lot of feedback, we are bringing the casino night back. That'll be Saturday night, and that will be taking place at the Holiday Inn. That will open at 6 o'clock, which is the same time that the doors for the vendor show close. So there'll be a little bit of a hurry transition there, but much like the Kuyu Deer Camp, there are opportunities for tables. In fact, there are 4 opportunities. There is the VIP tables, the typical tables, the non-typical tables, and then there are corporate tables as well as individual tickets. That'll be a buffet-style dinner, prime rib, but that one will have probably the best live auction I have ever seen. There are 45 items in that live auction, and we've had many events. We've been to many events, but I've never seen a live auction lineup like this one. And that'll be taking place Saturday night, the casino night. Again, tickets online. You can get those at muledeerdays.org. And again, I know many tickets have already been sold on this, and because of the venue, we are limited to 250 people at the Holiday Inn. And if you want, get your tickets right away. I know those will be sold out well in advance of that event. There will be, as I mentioned, 200 gun raffle, but there will be many other raffles and games that'll be going on. And some of those are raffles that have already been going on, but will be drawn for at Mule Deer Days. And 2 of those specifically involve commissioner tags. One is the Wyoming elk hunt raffle. That is open to any resident or non-resident. It's limited to 500 tickets, and we're already at about 300 tickets sold, so I imagine that'll sell out. There's a great opportunity for that to even sell out prior to Mule Deer Days, but we will be drawing for the winner on Mule Deer Days. We'll draw for that on Sunday, March 23rd. At noon. So even if tickets are sold out, we're going to wait and announce that then, since that's what we've promoted. But that one is unique. It is a commissioner's tag, which of course allows you to pick your species, deer, elk, or antelope. But this one is already paired with an elk hunt, a guided elk hunt on a piece of property in Wyoming, the USM Ranch, that has not allowed public access to before. This is Hunt Area 3 in Goshen County, and the guide and outfitter that'll be participating in this and donating their services will be Jared Souza from Turkey Track Outfitters, who does also, besides turkey, obviously elk. But this will allow the winner of this raffle to have this incredible experience on a landscape that has not seen public hunting before, or even guided outfitter hunting for that matter. This is an effort that the Wyoming Stock Growers Land Trust, in an effort to further their mission and our efforts to partner with them on conservation easements that benefit mule deer. This is a unique idea, and we're pretty excited about it. We have another opportunity similar to this, but with the Wagon Hound Ranch, which is in Area 7. Of course, highly prized elk area. That will be a live auction item, one of the 45 that I mentioned for Saturday night's event. But yeah, very unique and I think very cool. Keep those in mind. The other commissioner tag that'll be given away as part of Mule Deer Days, those tickets are available right now. Those are limited as well. That will actually be drawn for at noon on Saturday, and that's the life member only raffle. What that is, we were allocated a commissioner license, and we have made it only available to life members of Muley Fanatic Foundations. If you're a life member, you can get in on this. If you're not a life member, you can become a life member and you can get in on this. But those are $100 each, or you get 3 tickets for $200, so a bonus ticket essentially. But total of 1,000 tickets available. But that one, it's not paired with a hunt, so the winner of that will win a commissioner's license, and they'll have the opportunity to select their species, deer, elk, or antelope, and then the hunt area of which they would like to chase and pursue those dreams this fall. So both of those will be given away during Mule Deer Days. And as I mentioned, the 200 gun raffle. I can't mention that enough. You're in for all 200 gun drawings with every ticket purchased. They're $100 a ticket. Multiple tickets can be purchased. You do not need to be present to win. And the lineup of firearms, Chris Steffen, our chapter director of operations, puts a great deal of effort into not just filling up 200 guns, but to have the offering of 200 quality guns that people would want to win. So I have no doubt that when you see the lineup of this, not only is it impressive just to see it in person, but then when you see the effort that was put forth to bring these 200 guns, and the manufacturers and the support of those that have been a partner on this is absolutely significant. It's worth mentioning Kimber, Mossberg, Winchester, Savage Arms, Ruger, Weatherby, Henry, Tikka, Browning. You start naming them and eventually you're going you're going to leave somebody out, so I hate to even do that. But there are a lot of great firearms. And again, one ticket puts you in for all 200 drawings, so you can win multiple times. And we have seen that in the past. If you're interested, you can get tickets online for that as well. Again, muledeerdays.org, muledeerdays.org. That is really the best host of information, as well as opportunities to be able to buy tickets online and just offer that convenience. But most importantly, let's talk about why Mule Deer Days. The motivation behind this event is truly our commitment to conservation. The sporting community, particularly the sportsmen and sportswomen, that have expressed a deep regard for the wildlife of our nation and mule deer specific across the West, has really been what has kept this event growing and has kept the interest for us to continue to elevate this event to really put forth something that puts the fun in fundraising, but then also provides a great opportunity to be able to visit with industry leaders and be able to make a difference. And how is it making a difference? To date, with both the Mule Deer Days 1 in 2023, Mule Deer Days 2 last year, those are significant in looking back at, in the fact that there is an all-volunteer project allocation committee, a PAC is what we commonly call it, that is made up of sportsmen and sportswomen from across the Cowboy State to be able to pledge and allocate those dollars that are generated from Mule Deer Days specific to conservation projects that have a mule deer focus within the Cowboy State. And those two combined totals for Mule Deer Days 1 and Mule Deer Days 2 is a little over $560,000 that have been allocated. Mule Deer Days 1 was absolutely incredible. Days moving it to May, we learned that certainly was probably not the best time, but we did have some limitations with what opportunities were available at the Sweetwater County Events Complex, and trying to host an event last year on Easter weekend would not have probably been a good decision. So we elected to go with it in May, but we're back to March and we're excited for that. March is still a time of year when the weather outside can be limiting in what your recreational activities might consist of. But yeah, Mule Deer Days 2025, March 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. It's going to be great. This year's project allocation committee, I'd like to be able to recognize all of these individuals that are willing to give their time to this. These are all volunteers that will review project proposals, and I've already had a handful submitted to us. I think we're up to 8 at this point. But these are conservation projects that have a specific mule deer focus in Wyoming, and these 7 individuals that will review these proposals and then allocate funds to include our 3 board members, Will Dolinar, Jason Radakovich, Sheriff John Grossnickel. In addition to those 3 gentlemen, Wyoming Game and Fish Commissioner Ken Roberts will represent the department. Also representing the department, habitat biologist Kevin Spence, works out of the Green River Regional Office. And then in addition to Commissioner Roberts and Kevin Spence, also we have Scott Reekers from Eastman's Magazine, and Joy Bannon from the Wyoming Wildlife Federation. Big charge for these 7 individuals to be able to allocate these funds to projects. So let's talk about something else. And probably I enjoy the excitement and the fun that people have at this event. I enjoy seeing people. I enjoy the opportunity to have these type of vendors come to Southwest Wyoming and make themselves available, many of them offering show specials specific to Mule Deer Days. But the other part, this is an opportunity for information and education. And throughout all 3 days of the event, there are educational seminars that take place. And these are led by field experts within their field of expertise. And Wyoming Game and Fish, specifically Regina Dixon from the Green River region and Janet Millick from the Casper office, have been very involved in this effort. And I think we have put together a seminar schedule that will be just nothing short of profound. If you look at the content and those that are representing the content, we're very excited about this year's seminar schedule. So again, muledeerdays.org, that is the best source for being able to find out things that will fit within your calendar and your schedule. Again, the vendor show, all 3 days are free. Opens at noon on Friday, noon to 6. Saturday, 9 to 6, Sunday, 9 to 2. Keep those in mind, and please, if you can make it, we'd sure love to have you there. It's a great event, and it would not be possible without Wyoming Game and Fish Department. But then there has also been some other key sponsors that has really made this event grow to what it has become, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention them as well. Those include not only Sweetwater County Travel and Tourism, WHS Engineering Survey and Planning, Full Circle Wealth Strategies, and of course KUIU. These have been great partners for us, great supporters of this effort, and have truly given everything they can to be able to make this event as successful as it can be, and to offer it to be something that you as an attendee will find great value in, continue to support, and grow this event that is truly going to meet the mark of what it was designed to be. And that is a statewide conservation event beyond the state. You look at Northwest Colorado, folks from Utah and Idaho, but we even had folks last year from Nebraska, South Dakota. I mean, this is getting on the map, and it'll continue to get on the map because folks like you will come and support it and tell others, and you'll get involved and you help us continue to raise the bar so we can make Mule Deer Days that event that you can't wait for every year and you put on your calendar. If you want to be involved in the planning of it, implementing ideas and new things, that's certainly welcome. Let's face it, we're all in this together, right? We care about mule deer, but it takes all of us. It takes good ideas, and it takes people willing to say, I believe in the effort. I can give a little bit of time. I have some good ideas. Maybe I can't give time, but I'd certainly like to be able to offer up what I think will improve or enhance the experience and the overall event. Mule Deer Days 2025, March 21, 22nd, and 23rd. Please go to the website, muledeerdays.org. If you got any questions, reach out to me directly. You can call me on my cell phone, 307-389-7495. But would love to see you there, and I think you'll find that it's a great event if you've never been there before. And if you've been there before, I think you'll see that the effort that has been put into this event to really make it exceptional. It's an effort that's 100% driven by passion to just offer up the best we can and bring our A game. So Mule Deer Days 2025. March 21st, 22nd, 23rd. For more information, go to muledeerdays.org. Another episode of Wild Things and Wild Places. We'll see you there.
And that wraps up another episode of Wild Things and Wild Places. But remember, the journey doesn't end here. Make sure you never miss out by subscribing. Whether you're listening to us on your favorite podcast platform, streaming us on our website, or following us on social media, subscribing is the best way to stay connected. Thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for more wild episodes.
Everybody knows I'm a muley fanatic.